All right, folks, now last week amid concerns that, again, private equity firms are blowing up all over the place, BlackRock joined forces with NVIDIA, and they did a huge deal, $40 billion for a data center. Now, my next guest says that's it, folks. It's all about data centers. It's all about power. Let's bring in Laffer, Tengler, CEO and CIO, Nancy Tengler. Nancy, I mean, it is. That's what it's all about. And yet, you know, the story is that we won't have enough power. We can't get enough power to really juice up, for lack of a better word, and live up to the potential of those data centers.
That we won't get enough power. Yeah, well, Charles, I think, you know, they're always the hand-wringers and the naysayers. I've heard some people come out and say the trade is over in power and you should focus in other places. But we know that just in Texas alone, there's 23 gigawatts of computing coming online, and that's going to require a lot of power from a state that has a poor grid. And so we continue to like the names like Eaton and Quanta Services, which is in our 12 best ideas portfolio, because we think this build out is going to last for some time. And we think there are going to be improving technologies like photonics and nuclear that will help us along. And so we just launched a strategy in this space that's focused on all the thematic areas that we think are going to carry us into the next decade.
Don't you have a new ETF in this area?
Well, we have our old ETF, TGLR, but our new strategy is called Macro Cycle. So it's an SMA strategy for our clients.
So let's talk a little bit more about it, because these are the names, we've talked about them a lot, you know, and I would only say that periodically they become somewhat, you know, they become volatile from time to time. But when they take off like gangbusters. And you're comfortable right now with all of these. If someone had a new entry, Talon, Constellation, Vistra, Quanta, and Centrus, they're okay here, even as entry points?
Yeah, we are, because remember, we're putting together a portfolio. So the leaders are about 50% of the portfolio. The enablers, which some of these are enablers in our lingo, are about 25 to 30%. And then we have the speculative names, many of which you've driven to the stratosphere, the nuclear names like IonQ and Rigetti and the usual suspects. So we want to have broad exposure, but we want to do it in a risk mitigated factor if we can. So yeah, these are not this is not a valuation driven strategy, nor is it a large cap strategy. It's all cap. And it's based on the fundamentals and the story.
Let's go back to this photonics thing in cohort, because COHR is a name that you like. I think I got stopped out of this a week or so ago. I'm not sure. I know I've been in and out of it for years. I even forgot about this stock for a long time. Why is it such a why is it now, you know, coming on like this? I mean, like gangbusters.
Yeah, well, because I think one of the solutions for the power conundrum is photonics, because with photonics we can use less power to drive compute. And so this is the stated leader, if you will, at this point. I'm sure, you know, there's new technologies coming along all the time, but this is one that we want to be in. I mean, it is to the power space what or even the quantum space, what IBM is to the quantum space. So kind of steady, known quantity, has earnings, and this is one of the ways that we're balancing out the risk of the higher risk names and speculative names.
Right. Speaking of earnings, a name that you've liked for a long time is Tesla. It's made a nice move. It's been consolidating that move, though, for a little bit of time now. Obviously, it's poised, right? When they post their numbers this week, you got the feeling it's going to make a gargantuan move up or down. Are you still betting that could be to the upside?
Yeah, I mean, if it's not, we have an appetite to buy more, and that's what I would recommend to your viewers. This is not an EV story, though. I get it. The EVs are important, but this is an AI, robotics, FSD, which is full self-driving story. So we want autonomous vehicles. That's what we expect the call to focus on, and then deliveries for Optimus, and what the trajectory is going to be for Cybercab. So I guess I would summarize it like this. Revenues are going to be probably around 26 billion, 19 billion in EV, but gross margins should improve, and the energy business is the fastest business. We've talked about it for a number of years on your show. Fastest business with the best margins. And in terms of robotaxi, Tesla has a huge price advantage to Waymo at 20 to 30 cents per mile. The estimates for Waymo are somewhere between 85 and $2. But what we do know is the hardware for Waymo is 30 cents a mile. So once the rollout is effective or affected, we think that robotaxi is really going to dominate autonomous transportation.
Well, I'll be talking a lot about that in my town hall on Wednesday. Nancy, love the haircut. Love the information as usual. Thank you very much. We'll talk again soon.